really separated the first time. It felt like they were still in the mix. I mean, they got a kid together. So this time I'm
Minutes and sources with direct knowledge close to the couple tell TMZ that the split has nothing to do with the latest cheating rumor.
Let me drop you straight into the moment that changed everything. Because this story does not start with love, fame, or success. It starts with a video. A private video that was never supposed to be seen by the public. And yet, there it was. Leaked. Raw. Emotional. Unfiltered. Offset, a man who once stood at the top of the music world, was seen in a way nobody expected. Not performing, not flexing, not surrounded by luxury. He was begging. His voice sounded tired, his energy felt low, and the words he said, they hit harder than anything people had heard from him before. And then came the response that shocked everyone. Pay your own debts.
I just took it as a sign. So I wanna start 2024 like fresh.
Just like that. No softness, no sympathy, no second chances. That wasn't just a message, it was a line drawn in the sand. And from that moment, everything started to fall apart in public. Because what people thought was just another celebrity breakup suddenly turned into something much deeper, something more personal, and honestly, a lot more painful to watch. Now, let's go back a little, because to really understand how we got here, you have to see the full picture. This wasn't always chaos. At one point, Cardi B and Offset looked like the perfect match. Two powerful personalities, both rising fast, both dominating the charts, both living a life most people could only dream about. Their relationship had passion, it had drama, it had those big public moments that made fans believe in them.
Gas station, I go and get me something to drink, come back out. I'm like, okay, like, you good now? He said, no, still wait. I go get food, come back out.
We are giving this man too many grace.
Too much graces, bro. An hour goes by, still nothing. Then he said.
But behind all that shine, cracks were already forming. There were rumors, arguments, breakups that turned into makeups. And every time people thought it was over, they somehow found their way back to each other. It felt like a cycle. And at first, it almost looked romantic, like two people who just couldn't stay away. But over time, that same cycle started to feel heavy, because the fights became louder, the issues became more serious, and the love story slowly started turning into something stressful. What many people didn't see was the pressure building behind closed doors. Money, power, expectations, it all started mixing together. And that's when things began to shift. The divorce filing wasn't just a random decision. It came after months of tension, frustration, and what seemed like emotional exhaustion.
This is all triggered by Offset posting and deleting on his story saying, "My wife on me, gang. Y'all know how I come."
The day before that, he was saying that.
So the DM,
Yeah.
I seen them DM to my wife, "I'ma run into you."
That.
Cardi made it clear in her own way that she felt stuck, not just in a relationship, but in a situation that was draining her. And even then, many people still believed it would somehow work out, because that's what they always did, right? Break up, fix things, come back stronger. But this time, it was different, because this time, money entered the conversation in a way that changed everything. It wasn't just about feelings anymore. It became about debts, responsibilities, and who was expected to carry the weight. And then came the video. Now, here's where the story really takes a turn. The leaked clip didn't feel like something polished or staged. It felt real. Offset wasn't talking like a celebrity trying to protect an image. He sounded like someone under pressure. His tone was serious, almost desperate. You could hear it. This wasn't about luxury anymore. This was about survival.
The internet always causes unnecessary problems, unnecessary disagreements, unnecessary things. Because a lot of the stuff on the internet and on the line isn't true. So I would just say they need to have that conversation, a real conversation. I'm not leaving this room until it's done. And those are the toughest conversations. When your wife wants to have a conversation, those are the toughest things, because you got to put everything on the table. That's the only way something's going to work. Everything has to go on the table for you to possibly be able to move on. And I'm hoping that they can have that.
He was asking for help, and not just any help. He was asking the one person he had been fighting in court. That alone said a lot. Because when someone reaches out like that, especially after everything that happened, it means they feel like they have no other option left. But what nobody expected was how Cardi would respond. No hesitation, no hidden meaning, just a direct message that cut through everything. Pay your own debts. That line spread across social media like wildfire. People replayed it, debated it, took sides. Some said she was being cold. Others said she was finally standing up for herself. But one thing was clear. This wasn't just a private argument anymore. This was a public breaking point. And once that video got out, there was no going back. The internet started digging deeper. Old stories came back. Past rumors started making more sense. People began connecting dots that they had ignored before. It wasn't just about one moment. It looked like a pattern, and suddenly everything felt heavier. Because now the picture wasn't just about a messy breakup.
Like, he just wants to fuck me right now. He was like, please just come up to the room. I was like, no, bro. And he just has me in the car for like, I want to say like an hour and a half. He's talking to me about like, and then he just goes off topic. He talks to me about how he called Cardi's new baby a bastard. I was like, oh. I don't know why. How is it a bastard?
It looked like a long history of financial stress, emotional tension, and unresolved issues that had been building for years. And the more people talked about it, the more intense it became. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. Instead of calming things down, the leak made everything worse. More voices started speaking up. More claims started surfacing. Stories about money owed, promises not kept, and situations that sounded all too familiar. And every new detail added another layer to the situation. Offset's image started shifting, not overnight, but slowly, piece by piece, from a successful artist to someone people now saw as struggling behind the scenes. And that's a hard fall. Because when you build your identity around success, power, and control, losing that image can hit just as hard as losing the money itself.
I don't like talking about my feelings because people like when you show weakness, people be like, oh, sympathy. And I feel like at first I thought they was doing it to me, but now I see they do that to every female rapper.
So you feel you can't like honestly be vulnerable because...
Yes, I'm afraid to be vulnerable because people want to say, oh, you be looking for sympathy, but
let's not ignore the emotional side of this, because beneath all the headlines, all the drama, all the noise, there are still two people involved. And this situation clearly took a toll on both of them. For Cardi, this wasn't just about money. It looked like frustration that had been building for a long time, feeling used, feeling pressured, feeling like she was expected to fix problems that weren't hers to begin with. And when someone reaches that point, the reaction can come out sharp, direct, even harsh, but it usually comes from a place of being tired, emotionally drained, and ready to finally say no.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't solve the issue. It's a fun night, then guess what? The next day we arguing. The next day I'm blocking. Then next thing you know, we ain't talking for 4 days.
For Offset, the situation felt different, but just as heavy. The video showed someone under pressure, someone trying to hold things together while everything around him seemed to be falling apart. And when you see a person in that position, it's hard not to feel something. Because no matter how things look on the outside, moments like that reveal the truth. And the truth here, things had gone too far. This wasn't just a disagreement, this was a breaking point. And once you reach that level, it's very hard to go back to what things used to be.
I don't care to find out because I've been single for a minute now, but I have been afraid to like...
But here's something even deeper to think about. Even if the money gets handled, even if the debts disappear, does that actually fix anything? Because patterns don't change overnight, and history has a way of repeating itself when the root of the problem isn't addressed. That's what makes this situation so complicated, because it's not just about paying bills, it's about trust, responsibility, and whether both people are willing or able to move forward in a different way. Right now, it doesn't look like that's happening. The silence between them says a lot. No public attempts to fix things, no signs of reconciliation, just distance. And sometimes that distance tells the real story better than words ever could. So where does that leave everything? The video is out there, the message has been heard, and the situation is still unfolding.
I don't know if you guys been getting clues from me from my lives or from my stories when I put some certain music or from my own followings.
Every day that passes adds more pressure, more attention, more opinions. But the real question is not what the public thinks, it's what happens next. Does Offset find a way to rebuild on his own? Does Cardi continue to stand firm and move forward without looking back? Or is there something unresolved between them that could pull them into another chapter of this story? Because if there's one thing we've learned from their past, nothing is ever simple, and nothing is ever truly over until it's completely done. But right now, it feels different. This doesn't feel like one of those moments where everything gets fixed. This feels like a turning point, a moment where both people have to face reality, make decisions, and live with whatever comes next. And maybe that's the real story here. Not the video, not the money, not even the words that went viral, but the fact that sometimes even the strongest connections reach a point where they just can't hold anymore. And when that happens, no amount of fame, money, or history can fix it. So now the question is simple. Was this the end of their story, or just the beginning of something even more complicated? Because if history has shown us anything, this might not be the last time we hear about them.